Very good morning, dear guys. Welcome to the class. Today we are going to continue the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. A Tiger in the Zoo, written by Leslie Norris. Leslie Norris, as I told you here, she expresses the agony and the helplessness of the tiger caged in the zoo. Okay. Besides the poet compares the condition of a tiger caged in the zoo and a tiger free in the jungle. Yes. Then here the poet objects that the people are keeping the tigers or other animals in the zoo just for their own fun. Yes. So here see objects means the poet objects this. It should not happen. It should not happen, she said. So dear, look at what here the poet says. Okay, in our previous classes we have seen first three stanzas. Okay, and there we have seen the first stanza, it is about the tiger in the zoo. Then the second and third stanza about the tiger in the jungle. And now the stanza 4. Look at there. But he has locked in a concrete cell his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Concrete cell, as we know that the building made of bricks and mortar, that means made of bricks and cement. Yes, that means concrete building. Okay, cell. Then his strength behind bars, stalking again, that stalk. Yes, walk. Yes, with heavy steps. So the length of the cage, ignoring visitors. So now let's see what is there. But he. So look at there in the third here the tiger in the zoo. The tiger in the zoo. Okay. So now in the fourth one stanza, the poet is talking about the tiger in the zoo. And there he says, but he had been caged. There she said, it has been caged, locked in a concrete cell. Concrete cell means that cage that made up of cement and concrete. In that cage, in that cell, he had been caged, locked. The tiger has been locked in the concrete cell, and his strength behind bars. And his strength, as we know, the strength of tiger. Yes, strength of tiger, we are very well know about it. But here, as it had been, as he has been caged, as he has been kept behind the bars, all his strength is of no use. All his strength is of no use. No use of his strength there. Yes, as he cannot hunt, he cannot lurk behind, he cannot hide himself, or he cannot pray. And that's why here the poet says, as it has been locked, it has been caged in the concrete cell, there is no use of his strength behind the bars. Yes, there is his strength behind the bars. That means there is no use of his strength. There is no use of his strength behind the bars. Yes, no use. Then there he says, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. And here the tiger who is in the cage, just walking some steps, few steps in his cage. Just walking, yes, around in his cage, walking around in his cage, just measuring the length of his cage, And as we know, the length of cage is limited. So he just measuring, walking the length, what is limited there. Yes, he's just walking some steps, few steps in the cage, ignoring the visitors. Ignoring the visitors as he is habitual. He is habitual to the visitors which are there another side of the bars. He could not hunt them. He could not pray them. He is helpless. There is no use of his strength, and that's why, as he is helpless, he could not do anything except walking in the cage. He ignores the visitors. Visitors means the people who come there to see the tiger. Who come to see the tiger in the zoo. So here the tiger does not show his interest in looking at them, or he does not show his interest in the visitors. He just ignore them. Why? Because he could not do anything. There is no use of his strength. He could not hunt. He could not pray. Nothing he could do. And that's why he just ignores the visitors, and just walking in the cage, walking around in the cage. And that we have seen in his quiet rays, in the first one stanza that we have seen in his quiet rays, quietening his anger, or just to quieten his anger. He's just walking around in the cage, ignoring the visitors. Okay, so that is what here the meaning of fourth one stanza. Look at there. Okay, now let's see the rhyme scheme that is used here. Okay, rhyme scheme and the rhyming words. Behind the bars you might have understand. Okay, bars है ना जो सलाखें होती है सेल में, that is called here bars. Means simply you can say cell or bar, that means jail, prison, cage for tiger. So then here look at there the cell, bars, cell, bars, cage and visitors. Okay, visitors. So here again A, B, C, B. So A, B, C, B. This is rhyme scheme. Okay, rhyme scheme A, B, C, B. Okay, you should write down rhyme scheme A, B, C, B. Okay, rhyme scheme of the stanza 4. Rhyming words: bars, visitors, bars and visitors. Okay, these are rhyming pair. Okay, this is rhyming pair, or what you can say rhyming words. Bars, visitors. Okay, bars, visitors, rhyming word or rhyming pair, and then rhyme scheme A, B, C, B. Okay, now let's see the figures of speech. Figures of speech used in this stanza. Okay, figures of speech. So concrete sail. Okay, concrete sail. Okay, look at there. He is logged. Concrete sail. Okay, so wait here. But he is logged. He is logged in a concrete sail. Okay, so look at here. He, personification is there as he. The pronoun used for human being is used here to non-human being, that is tiger, and that's why here it is personification. Okay, personification. Then again, his strength behind bars, alliteration. His strength his strength behind bars. Behind bars. Burr sound. Burr sound is again repeated here. Burr sound. Okay, burr sound repeated. So it is alliteration. Alliteration. Alliteration is there as the burr sound is repeated here. Okay, burr sound. Burr sound is repeated. Then again, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Okay, again imagery is there. Yes, imagery is there. Imagery, why? Because while reading this, a picture is created before our eyes. Okay, a sense that apply to our eyes. हमारी आई को ही अप्लाई करने वाला एक सेंस है एंड मीन्स एक सीन है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट इज इमेजरी. इमेजरी इज देयर. ओके, ही इज लॉक्ड इन अ कॉन्क्रीट सेल. ही इज अ स्ट्रेंथ बिहाइंड bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Okay, so here these two figures of speech, personification, three, imagery and alliteration, okay, are used here. Okay, now let's see what is there in the last one stanza of the poem. Okay, so I hope you have understood this fourth one stanza very well. Okay, now look at the last one. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Okay, look at the last one stanza. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Okay, so look at there, any difficult word? Patrolling cars means, as we know that at night पुलिस लोग की जो पेट्रोलिंग कार्स घूमती है, यस, एक आवाज करते हुए, दैट इज कॉल्ड हियर पेट्रोलिंग कार्स. ओके, पेट्रोलिंग कार्स, जो रात का भरारी जो पतक होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड पेट्रोलिंग कार्स. एंड देन ब्रिलियंट आईज, ब्रिलियंट स्टार्स. ओके, ऑल वर्ड्स आर इजी. देन लुक एट देयर meaning of this last one stanza. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Okay, so he hears, again he that is referred to tiger in the zoo, means here again in the last one stanza the poet is talking about the tiger in the zoo, the pitiful condition, the helplessness of the tiger in the zoo, the caged tiger. Yes, here he says he hears the last voice at night, last voice. Yes, he hears means, look at there, the tiger even not getting sound sleep. He is even not getting sound sleep at night in the cell. He is not getting that sound sleep. Yes, and that's why look at he could hear the last voice of at night, last voice at night. Here the last voice, that word clears that he could not have sound sleep. He could not have sound sleep in the cell. Yes, he could not have sound sleep in the cell, and that's why he could hear the last voice at night. As we know, the last voice at night was the noise of, or the voice of, the patrolling cars, the siren of patrolling cars. And here, as we know that we have sound sleep, and that's why we could not hear that siren, the siren of patrolling cars, the police cars. But this tiger in the zoo could hear that last voice of night. That means that he could not have sound sleep in the cell. He could not have sound sleep, and that's why he could hear the last voice of the patrolling cars at night. Yes, and then he stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. And look at there, here the poet called his eyes, or described his eyes, as brilliant eyes. Okay, brilliant, as we know that he is very brilliant, and what we can say, accurate, besides intelligent animal he is. But what is the use of such brilliant eyes? Nothing. He could just stare. He could just stare at the brilliant stars. He could do nothing except this. Yes, means he could do nothing except staring at the brilliant stars with his brilliant eyes at the night. At night, he could not do anything except watching or except staring at the brilliant stars with his brilliant eyes. Yes, he could do nothing. He could do nothing except this one. So here that shows the helplessness, the agony, the sorrow, the sadness of the tiger. Who is caged by the human being just for the sake of their fun. Human being caged animals, cages or human beings cage animals just for their own fun. Just for the sake of their own fun. But it is not good that here the poet objects. Here there is no use of his strength, no use of his brilliant eyes. He could do nothing. Even he could not have sound sleep. Yes, what a pitiful condition of the tiger is. What a pitiful condition of the caged tiger. Yes. He could do nothing. He could not sleep well at night. Yes. Besides, he just stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Nothing else. So this sentence says clears the agony, the sadness, the sorrow of the tiger, helplessness of the tiger. Yes, this is the pitiful condition of the tiger that here the poet wants to convey to the readers. Yes, so this is what the message of the poem. Yes, the theme of the poem. Here the poet expresses the agony, helplessness, sorrow, sadness of the tiger caged in the zoo. Yes, besides the poet has made a comparison between the life of the tiger in the zoo and the tiger in the jungle. So here indirectly we can say that the poet appeals the people not to cage any animal in the zoo, not to lock any animal. Why? Because they too have liberty, they too have rights, they too are born to free. Yes, as we are, and that is a great appeal. Yes, made by the poet to the readers, to the humanity. So dear, this poem is ended here, but before that let's see the poetic devices that are used here. Again same, what are the rhyming pair? Let's see. Night, cars, eyes and stars. Okay, so again A, B, C, B, the rhyme scheme. Yes, cars and stars. Rhyming word. Okay, rhyming words, and these are rhyme scheme. This is rhyme scheme. Okay, A, B, C, B. Okay, this rhyme scheme is followed throughout the poem. This rhyme scheme is followed. Okay, A, B, C, B. Okay, then let's see the poetic device, means figures of speech. He hears the last voice at night. So here again he, personification. Okay, personification. as we have discussed already. Then again he hears her sound repeated. So alliteration. Okay, her sound is repeated, so alliteration. Personification, why? Because he, the pronoun that is used for human being, is referred here to the non-human being, that is the tiger, and that's why it is again personification. Then alliteration. Okay, besides the patrolling cars, then the stares with his brilliant eyes. Okay, stares with his brilliant eyes. So look at there, and stares with his brilliant eyes. Okay, so look at here, with his brilliant I sound. Okay, I is repeated, so it is assonance is there, assonance is there. Okay, then again what is there, assonance is there. Okay, besides again enjambment is there, enjambment is there, as in the line 3 and 4. Okay, line 3. Okay, line 3 is continued in the 4 line, in the line 4. Okay, line 4 without any punctuation mark. Okay, without any punctuation mark, So here enjambment is also there in the last line, means last 2 lines, line number 3 and 4 of the last one stanza. So this way, these are the figures of speech: personification, alliteration, assonance, and enjambment. Okay, these are used in this last stanza. So dear guys, I hope you have understood this poem very well. A tiger in the zoo, and the appeal the poet has made. Okay, so I hope you got it. So here I stop myself here. We will deal another part in our next one video lecture. So keep watching the videos and enjoy the classes. Bye bye, see you soon.